net. W8VPV, repeater PL110.9.
Good evening, and welcome to the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club's Monday evening transmission of Amateur Radio Newsline. My name is Russ, and my call is KD8VYT. But for this presentation of Newsline, I will be using the club call Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor. Without further ado, this is Amateur Radio Newsline.
Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2502 with the release date of Friday, October 10th, 2025, to follow in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The following is a QST. The world's largest radio telescope gets RFI protection. The founder of the 13 Colonies special event becomes a silent key. And Sri Lanka launches its third CubeSat. All this and more as Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2502 comes your way right now.
From around the world, this is Newsline, amateur radio's first independent on-the-air news and bulletin service. Now, reporting from Wadsworth, Ohio, here's Stephen Kenford, N8WB.
As construction continues on the world's largest radio telescope, known as the Square Kilometre Array, Faraday cages have been installed at the site in Australia as additional protection against RFI. Preamp VK4BB tells us what's happening there.
2 Faraday cages have been put in place at the Square Kilometre Array site in Western Australia to protect the giant radio telescope from interference caused by RF leaks coming from inside the data centre. The data centre and the array are being built in Murchison, a remote location that provides a needed environment of radio quietness. Despite the radio silence at the location, the data centre's computers, which connect to the city of Perth, generate stray RF, spurring the need for Faraday cages to prevent the electromagnetic energy from escaping. The International Massive Array, which will have 131,072 antennas, is still a work in progress since it was started back in 2022. The site in Australia is home to the array's low-frequency antennas. South Africa is housing the mid-frequency antennas. The observatory and headquarters are at the Jodrell Bank Observatory in northwest England. Although the array will still be a work in progress through to 2029, Philip Diamond, director of the SKA Observatory, recently told the Register website that tests may be run on the facility as early as 2027. He told the Register, and I quote, "By then we will have the largest physical low-frequency telescope on the planet," end quote. This is Graham Kemp, VK4BB.
6 years after launching its first nano-satellite, Sri Lanka has launched its third, and the ham radio CubeSat is orbiting the Earth. Jim Meechan, ZL2BHF, tells us what to listen for.
The Bird's X Dragonfly CubeSat has marked a milestone for Sri Lanka, becoming that nation's third nano-satellite in space. Developed with help from the Arthur C. Clarke Institute of Modern Technologies and the Kyushu Institute of Technology in Japan, it began its orbit last month, following its launch from SpaceX-33. Its mission is to serve as an APRS digipeater and to test a new low-cost communication system. It will also demonstrate the relay of store and forward data. Its call sign is JG6YOW. The APRS FM digipeater frequency is 145.825 MHz, and its CW beacon is on 437.375 MHz. The 2U CubeSat project was funded by Amateur Radio Digital Communications. To file a reception report for the CW beacon, follow the link in the text version of this week's newscast at arnewsline.org. This is Jim Meachin, ZL2BHF.
In the U.S., the FCC has continued its actions against foreign-owned laboratories that test imported electronics for sale and use in the country. Kent Peterson, KC0DGY, has that report.
Or uncontrolled testing laboratories that evaluate electronics imported for use in the United States have been denied recognition by the Federal Communications Commission. Just days before the shutdown that affected much of the U.S. government, including the FCC, the Commission announced that the 4 laboratories, like the 11 the Commission denied in early September, were controlled by Chinese interests. That makes for a total of 15 such labs rejected so far by the FCC's Office of Engineering and Technology as part of the administration's goal to give U.S.-owned companies the responsibility of certifying electronics for import and sale in the U.S. All approved equipment must demonstrate that it is not a threat to U.S. national security and must comply with FCC standards. This move is the latest following the Commission's adoption in May of the order. At the time the order was announced, the FCC disclosed that about 75% of all electronics sold in the U.S. are being tested by Chinese labs. This is Kent Peterson, KC0DGY.
The founder of a popular and much-loved annual tradition, the 13 Colonies special event, has become a silent key. We learn more about him from Travis Lisk, N3 ILS.
With the birth of the 13 Colonies special event here in the U.S. as a 4-day event in 2009, Ken Vallone, KU2US, began a ham radio revolution. Inspired by the fun of the ARRL sweepstakes, the military veteran had hoped to organize a special on-the-air event that would spotlight American history and celebrate the nation's independence during the days surrounding the July 4th holiday. As Ken told ARRL earlier this year, the 2008 sweepstakes spurred him to try his luck, quote, for 1 year only to see what happens and to have some fun, end quote. The man who made sure that the fun would continue each year afterward became a silent key on the 2nd of October following a lengthy illness. In the years before his death, the 13 Colonies event had become an internationally popular activity with bonus stations and chasers around the world. Only weeks before this year's event, with his health worsening, Ken transferred the event's leadership to his friend Tony Jones, N4ATJ, coordinator of North Carolina's K2J station. With the help of Bob Josuit, W8VPV, the 13 Colonies event went forward. Ken stayed active as the state manager for the K2A operators in New York. Tony told Newsline that the event's 2025 certificate was one that Ken himself designed, and that only one change was made to it, so it reflected that the event was honoring him as its founder this year. One event operator wrote on Facebook, quote, Ken had no idea just what he had created. What started as a small event over the next 17 years became one of the most participated and celebrated ham radio events, not only in the United States, but worldwide, end quote. Next year's event will mark the 250th anniversary of the nation's independence, and Tony will be looking for ways to mark that milestone while continuing to honor Ken. He told Newsline, quote, I will miss Ken and his guidance, end quote. Ken was 76. This is Travis Lisk, N3 ILS.
People in Florida who turn to their churches in times of need will soon find refuge there in another kind of storm. Hurricane season with the help of amateur radio. Jack Parker, W8ISH, tells us about creation of a new church radio network in progress.
His role as associational mission strategist for the Marian Baptist Association doesn't require Mark Weeble, N4GPA, to have a ham license, but Mark, a former pastor, took his FCC test successfully a year ago And since then, he has been finding ways to harness ham radio's power for churches' emergency communications during the hurricane season. The Ocala, Florida Baptist Association has already added a radio shack and has plans for a tower. Under Mark's direction, the group is also looking to create a network of hams within its 67-member churches. Pastors are helping Mark locate licensees within their congregations. Meanwhile, the association has a telescoping radio antenna donated after an upgrade done by the Marion Emergency Radio Team, a radio group Mark belongs to, which handles disaster communications at the county's Emergency Operations Center. Mark plans to give church leaders a tour of the association's radio shack in the hopes it will inspire them to install a shack for their own local congregations. He told the Baptist Press that church involvement makes good sense. He said, quote, "If we were to have a hurricane, I'd need to know which churches have power, which churches are not damaged, and which churches can host disaster relief teams. I'd need to know which churches need help and which ones can help," end quote. Meanwhile, he is busy being helpful even without a radio in his hand. His chaplaincy training assists him in helping distraught families cope during or after disasters. This is Jack Parker, W8ISH.
Time for you to identify your station. We're the amateur radio Newsline heard on bulletin stations around the world, including the AA7WI repeater in Tucson, Arizona on Fridays at 7 p.m. local time. Even with the government shutdown here in the U.S., the clock is still ticking for the FCC to receive a response from the Florida ham charged with illegal one-way communications on the air. A notice of violation was issued in late September to Mike F. Conte, AA2FPV, for having operated last March on 7.200 megahertz, engaging in apparent one-way communications with a station for which there is no active amateur radio call sign. According to the notice of violation, he confirmed to the agent from the Enforcement Bureau that his transmission was a one-way communication. The FCC has ordered him to submit a response and explanation in writing within 20 days of the notice, which was dated the 29th of September. According to a notice on the FCC website, the shutdown has no impact on filings related to enforcement matters. A statement on the website reads, quote, "Except as specified by the Enforcement Bureau, there are no extensions of deadlines relating to enforcement investigations and other enforcement proceedings that involve specific parties," end quote. This month, contesters who are used to hearing a familiar call sign on the air from Japan will get a chance to hear him off the air in a forum designed to help them sharpen their own contest scores. We have those details from John Williams, VK4JJW.
There's no guarantee that Katsuhiro Kondo, JH5GHM, will be giving away any of the secrets that have made him one of Japan's top DX contesters. But you never know. Don, as he's also known, is presenting a one-hour virtual talk to DX contesters, or those aspiring to become one, on the 19th of October. His presentation on Zoom begins at 0600 UTC. IARU Region 3 is hosting the workshop because, according to the region's website, the number of contesters in Asia has been steadily growing. Don has been an avid contester as a teenager in the 1970s, but after a hiatus of a decade or so in the 90s, he returned to ham radio and to contesting in 2010. To hear his tips and maybe give yourself an edge in the next big event, register by following the link that appears in the text version of this week's newscast at arnewsline.org. This is John Williams, VK4JJW.
Most of you have certainly heard the Hurricane WatchNet on the air, but have you heard it as a podcast or even seen it on YouTube? Now you can do either or both, as we hear from Randy Sly, W4XJ. But first, listen carefully.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of the HWN Report, the official video podcast of the Hurricane WatchNet. I'm Bobby Gray.
With that introduction and some stormy sound effects, the Hurricane WatchNet celebrates 60 years of service to the United States National Hurricane Center by entering the world of podcasting. What you heard is the introduction to this new program, which brings stories, people, and the history of the net to viewers and listeners. Episode 1 of the HWN Report, hosted by net manager Bobby Graves, KB5HAV, premiered in early September on YouTube, featuring a tribute to Jerry Murphy, K8YUW, the founder of the net. Graves told AR Newsline that the purpose of the podcast is to, quote, help others understand the full role of amateur radio during disasters, home and abroad, helping the Hurricane Center and forecasters gather more data, near real-time ground truth weather data, and help people to be better prepared before a hurricane, end quote. He announced later that by popular demand, in addition to YouTube, an audio version of each program will be available on services such as Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, and iHeart Podcasts. This is Randy Sly, W4XJ.
In the world of DX, listen for the Radio Club D80 using the call sign 4V1SB through to the end of October. This is a special call sign commemorating the role Haiti played in assisting the revolutionary efforts of Simon Bolivar, who helped win independence from Spain for many South American countries. The call sign bears his initials, QSL via N200. Mitsuru JE1HXZ is on the air as JE1HXZ/6 from Kita Daito Island, IOTA number AS047 from the 8th through the 15th of October using CW, SSB, RIDI, and FT8/FT4 on 160 to 6 meters, QSL via LOTW. Listen for the Mediterranean DX Club, which is sending a large multinational team to Sierra Leone using the call sign 9L8MD. They will operate from the 30th of October through to the 10th of November using CW, SSB, RIDI, and FT8/FT4 on 160 to 6 meters, QSL via IK2VUC. 6 members of the DX-obsessed group will be calling QRZ as FW5K from Wallis Island, IOTA number OC054, from the 19th to the 31st of October. Listen for them on 160 to 6 meters using CW, SSB, FT8/FT4, and RIDI, QSL via Club Logs OQRS. For our final story, we honor our mentors, our Elmers, and all those more experienced hams who are there to help newcomers. This is the story of one ham's thank you to them all, as we hear from Paul Brown, WD9GCO.
One of the most time-honored traditions in amateur radio is that of being an Elmer, a more experienced ham willing to answer questions and pass on knowledge to newer hams. The origin of the term is still up for discussion, but the impact they have on the hobby is not. On October 3rd, 4th, and 5th, Rich Guerrera, KB1FGC, was on the air with a special event celebrating Elmers, particularly the ones who shaped his own life as a ham. In an email to Newsline, Guerrera said that 2 things inspired him to do the event: articles he'd read on QRZ.com about hams who had helped others get into the hobby, and the positive impact that they had on their early years as hams. He also drew from his personal experience with those hams who had given him a warm response and encouragement when he first started out. Guerrera said that operators had confirmed approximately 100 QSOs during the event and received positive responses from hams they worked. He's planning on doing it again next year, and he said there might be a European team as well. On a personal note, I was fortunate to have 2 exceptional Elmers as a teenager: Bob Heil, K9EID, and Steve Ramsey, K9SR, who had been friends since they were kids. Sadly, I lost Bob last March and Steve on September 26th of this year. But the lessons they taught me and their memories continue to drive me as a ham and inspire me to pass along what knowledge I have when someone asks a question. Elmering should continue. There's always something to learn in this hobby that somebody else has already tried. I'm Paul Brown, WD9GCO.
If you haven't sent in your ham radio haiku yet, what's been stopping you? Visit our website at arnewsline.org, and as you compose your ode to your favorite online activity, we will help you use the correct number of syllables to make an authentic haiku. Submit your work, and then sit back and wait to hear whether you are the winner of this week's challenge. The winner gets a shout-out on our website where everyone can find the winning haiku. With thanks to Amateur News Daily, ARRL, Baptist Press, Birds X Project, Bobby Graves, KB5HAV, David Behar, K7DB, DX News, 425 DX Bulletin, Facebook, FCC, FLBaptist.org, IARU Region 3, Legacy.com, The Morning, Ofcom, QRZ.com, Satnogs.org, Scottish Microwave Roundtable, TheRegister.com, ShortwaveRadio.de, Tony Jones, N4ATJ, Wireless Institute of Australia, and you, our listeners. That's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline. We remind our listeners that Amateur Radio Newsline is an all-volunteer non-profit organization that incurs expenses for its continued operation. If you wish to support us, please visit our website at arnewsline.org and know that we appreciate you all. We also remind our listeners that if you like our newscast, please leave us a 5-star rating wherever you subscribe to us. For now, with Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York and our news team worldwide, I'm Stephen Kinford, NAWB in Wadsworth, Ohio, saying 73. As always, we thank you for listening. Amateur Radio Newsline is copyright 2025. Amateur Radio Newsline retains ownership of its material even when retransmitted elsewhere. All rights are reserved.
This concludes our Monday evening transmission of Amateur Radio Newsline. Net to start in about 9 minutes.
W8VPV. Repeater.
Good evening. Calling all amateur radio operators. Welcome to the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club Monday night VHF UHF net. My name is John and my call is W03X. However, for the purposes of this net, I'll be using the club call Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor. This is an open directed net. All amateur radio operators are invited and encouraged to check in. You do not have to be a club member. All traffic will go through net control And since emergency traffic may break in at any time, please leave a brief pause between transmissions. The purpose of this net is to bring together all amateur radio operators for the exchanging of amateur-related ideas and information, to enhance net operating practices, and to keep members up to date about club happenings. This net meets here every Monday evening at 8:30 p.m. local time, preceded by Amateur Radio Newsline at 8:01. We will start with announcements and then ask for check-ins from any officer or member who has an announcement of general interest at a club. Once that is complete, I'll take check-ins, call signs only, 5 at a time, and confirming each call. Then I'll correspond with those 5 check-ins and ask for 5 more until the activity slows down. Then I'll go 1 at a time. If you're a regular participant, I'll probably recognize you by call sign. If not, please give your call repeated phonetically, followed by your name and your location. When all check-ins have been worked, I will close the net after repeating the announcements and then giving one last call for check-ins. We also operate a band exploration net at 9:30 p.m. after this net. This evening, the band exploration net will be on 10 meters at on or about 28.360 megahertz upper sideband. Please join us if you have the equipment. The next regular meeting of the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club will be on November 12th. That's the second Wednesday of November, November 12th. And then in December, on December 3rd, is the Christmas party that will be at the New Era restaurant. There'll probably be a link to record your proposed attendance, so that won't be for a while, but keep an eye out for it. Let's see, so there may be an activity on, well, let's see. Maybe some activity on October 22nd at the clubhouse, so watch your email for that. The technician license class is still going on. It started October 5th, and let's see, so the last one was the second one, so there are still some more to go, so you might be able to catch up and then be able to take your technician license test. Go to our website, www.cfarc.org, click on the word education, which is up the top, and then that opens up the page, and there's various links about the class. So click on one of those to get further information on it, and maybe you can catch up if you haven't started it yet. Okay, that's all that I have in the way of announcements at this time. So this is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, asking for any officer or member who has an announcement of general interest to the club. Please call now.
Whiskey 8, Echo Zulu Tango.
Whiskey 8, Echo Zulu Tango. Go ahead, Frank. I have you on the list.
Very good, John. Thank you. As far as the clubhouse activity on the 22nd, if we can, we plan to do a comprehensive checkout of the Kenwood radio the club has for sale. One club member expressed interest in it. We're going to fire it up, put it through its paces, measure power output, try to get it up on all the bands we can. This is contingent on being able to access the clubhouse. It's believed that there's going to be the window replacement and door replacement sometime in the next week or so, and that may or may not get in the way. We're going to have to see how that goes, but there will be something going up there on the 22nd, and we'll start that probably around 5 p.m., and we'll go until people get bored or we get everything done there. Also, we have a new smaller station set up there. We've got our radio and our computer set up, so we'll offer training on how to use that. And we're going to start soliciting people to operate various activities coming up, Winter Field Day among others. So if you can make it, I'd love to see you up there on the 22nd starting around 5 p.m. Back to net, John. Thanks for what you're doing. W8ECT.
Okay, Frank, very good. Let me mark that down here. Let's see, 5 p.m. on the, that would be the 22nd.
Yes, because the first of the month was the first Wednesday, the 8th is the 2nd, the 22nd, which is a little early this month, is the 4th Wednesday. And the only meeting we'll have December, and you mentioned this earlier, is our Christmas get-together on the 3rd of December. So there'll be no other club meetings, official club meetings in December. We'll probably do a clubhouse activity depending on people and interest. Back to net, W8ECT.
Okay, sounds good. So, on the 22nd then, maybe we'll get to see what the new windows look like. So, yeah, very good. Okay, thanks, Frank. I have you on the log. Okay, this is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor. Are there any other officers or members who have an announcement of general interest to the club? Please call now. Okay, not hearing any. This is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor asking for check-ins.
Alpha Charlie 8 X-Ray Oscar.
AC8XO, go ahead, Vince.
Good evening, John, everybody on the net. Hello, Frank, if you're still listening. I didn't bring it up as an announcement, but number 2 earlier today article for the newsletter. It was a scribbling one. Other than that, I don't have a whole heck of a lot in that. Just hanging out here, doing a whole lot of nothing. Alpha Charlie 8 X-Ray Oscar, back to that.
Okay, Vince, thanks for mentioning that about the articles. So you hear that, people? Get your articles in. That would go to newsletter editor, one word, newsletter editor at cfarc.org. Thanks, Vince. Okay, this is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor asking for check-ins.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Echo Papa Bravo. Kilo Echo 8 Uniform Lima Charlie K8ULC Cuyahoga Falls.
Okay, I I got KF8EPB and KE8ULC. We'll get back with you in a moment here. Another check-in, please. Repeat that call. I heard KS, I think. Go ahead.
Kilo Echo 8 Foxtrot Kilo November.
Okay, KE8 FKN. I got you. Another check-in, please.
KA8GKG.
KA8GKG. Let's see, we'll get back with you in a moment. Another one, please.
KE8KVI in and out.
KE8KVI in and out. Thanks, Ron. 73. Have a good evening. Let's see. So let's get one more check-in here.
Kilo Alpha 8 Whiskey November Alpha.
Go ahead, Kilo Alpha 8. Go ahead again.
Yeah, Kilo Alpha 8 Whiskey November Alpha. Drew and Stowe.
Okay, Drew. We'll get back with you in a moment here. Okay, so let's go up to KF8EPB. Go ahead, Brian.
Whiskey 8 Victor, Papa Victor. This is KF8EPB. Yeah, I don't have much tonight, other than my friend came over this weekend, helped me mount my J-pole up on my chimney, and I also got my wire up there for my half-wave infed going from my chimney to my garage. So hopefully I sound okay, and everything seems to be working good so far. I need to let me do some more testing, but I don't know how it's going to work on 10 meters for tonight, but we'll see. That's all I got for tonight. Thanks for doing the net, John, and back to you. This is KF8EPB 73.
Okay, Brian, I see one block south of your location that somebody's doing something with that water tank. Today when I went past it, I think they're using a gas torch, but don't be surprised if you start to hear some interference if they're using an arc welder or something. I don't know what they're doing there. Maybe they're going to repaint the bottom of the tank or something, or doing something to the bottom of the tank, because the black area is getting bigger every time I go past there. The black area is bigger, so I don't know what they're doing, scorching the paint off or something. So hopefully they won't start with any arc welding and so forth. That would kind of cause a lot of interference, especially being way up in the air like that.
Roger that. Actually, I went by there on my way home from work, and it actually looked like they were cutting sections out of the bottom of the tank. So I don't know if that was if that was just paint, or if that was actually square openings that they were doing in there. But either way, I'm going to have to go down there and take a picture of it. But yeah. Thanks for letting me know about that. Over.
Okay, maybe they're gonna take that tank out of the picture there. So okay, very good. Yeah, I'll take a look at that again sometime. So thanks for checking in, 73, and have a good evening. And maybe we'll hear you on 10 meters this evening. Okay, let's see. So the next was Kurt, KE8ULC. Go ahead, Kurt.
W8VPV, this is KE8ULC. Much like last night on the 6 meter, I'm only going to be in for this short time. I went through another round of BCG, Bacillus calmette-guerin, treatment of bladder cancer. So I'm running to the restroom constantly. Only one more week. what they told me is to live 5 months at a time. This continues on for about 5 years, but they keep me alive. So I'm so very happy for that. So, sorry I won't meet you later on the Exploration Net, but I am here, and check me in. Back to you, John.
Okay, Kurt, we have you on the list there. Thanks for checking in, and good luck with that treatment there. Okay, let's see. Next was KE8FKN. Go ahead with your comments. Yeah, Ron, yeah, I didn't recognize the call. Yeah, I recognize it now. Okay, yeah, very good. Let's see, so we're going to be on 10 meters this evening, which we're going to be on 28.360, which is which technicians are permitted to transmit audio, so maybe we'll hear you then. That starts at around 9:30 and 28.360, and I am going to have my beam antenna pointed almost in your direction. It's going to be toward the west, but a little bit north of west, because some guys in Washington. No, in Idaho, the Spud State, may be listening. So I'm going to see if I can make a contact with them during our net. So maybe we'll hear you later, Ron. So KE8FKN, this is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor. So we'll break with you and go to KA8 GKA. I think I'm reading it right. KA8 GKA. Go ahead.
Good evening, John. This is John in Akron. Kilo Alpha 8 Golf Kilo Golf GKG. It's a tough one for a lot of people, so don't feel bad. I hated that call as soon as it was issued to me back in 1978. Anyway, I'm stuck with it till I change it. Anyway, just I wanted to come in and say hello to you this evening. I don't always get out in the radio room in time to say hello and then check in on the nets, but I made it a point to stop what I was doing and come out here. Not much to report. I actually got some lawn mowing done today. It was actually quite nice, and a couple of other projects, and done all outside, and no antenna. I do have an antenna project I want to work on. I want to fine-tune my off-center fed dipole, but that's going to have to wait for some other day. Anyway, that's it from here. I'll look for you on 10 meters after a while. Back to net control, K8GKG in Akron.
Okay, John, KA8GKG. Yeah, now I can read my writing. Very good, and maybe I'll hear you on 10 meters later. So thanks for checking in, and I'll be listening for you later. Okay, that takes us, let's see, KE8KVI Ron was in and out, so that takes us to, let's see if I can read this, KA8WNA. Go ahead. This is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor.
Okay, John, thank you. This is Kilo Alpha 8 Whiskey November Alpha. Name's Drew, QTH Stowe. I think I checked into here one other time. I just recently got a 2-meter 440 handheld, but I'm really active on HF, just not so much on 2 meters. So just wanted to check in, say hi to everybody on the net, and just stand by and listening.
Okay, Drew, very good. do you think you'll be on 10 meters this evening?
Yeah, I sure do. I think I'll be on there. What time do you guys get on, and what's the frequency again?
That starts at 9:30, and the frequency is 28.360 megahertz, upper sideband.
Okay, John, got it. Yeah, I'm actually, believe it or not, going to a late night session at the gym, but I should be home by about 10. So if you guys are still on, I'll jump on 28.360.
Well, we might not be on by 10, but yesterday when I was setting this, or not this radio, but the radio for the 10 meter net, setting the frequency, there was somebody on there, and here they were in Idaho, and so I had participated in one of their special event stations, something with Spud. They had K7S, K7P, K7U, and K7D. So if you got all those four stations, then you got a certificate. So I managed to do that, and that was, I guess in the spring. So they were on on our frequency. And so I told them I'll be running the net, so I'm going to see if I can make contact with them this evening on 28.360. So I might still be on by 10. So, okay, we'll watch for you. Okay, thanks, Drew. Okay, that takes us to the bottom of the list. So this is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, asking for check-ins.
K8PU.
K8PU, I have you on the list. We'll see how many we get here. And so we might come back to you sooner. Another check-in, please.
KE8ULA, Leo and Stowe, in and out.
KE8ULA, Leo and Stowe, in and out. Thanks for checking in there, Leo. 73, and have a good evening. Another check-in, please.
KF8, ABD, Merriman Valley, in and out tonight.
KF8, ABD, Tony in the Valley, I'll have you as in and out. Thanks for checking in, 73, and have a good evening. Another check-in, please.
November Mike 8 Alpha, Terrence in Bath Township.
November Mike 8 Alpha, we'll get back with you. Another check-in, please. Okay, I guess that's the same person we had last week. Let's see, can you increase your power any, or maybe increase your elevation? Over. Okay, we'll give you another try later. Any other check-ins? Please call now. Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Delta Tango Alpha, Jeff in New Franklin.
I'll go again with your suffix. I got the KF8. Go ahead.
Delta Tango Alpha, Delta Tango Alpha, Jeff in New Franklin.
Okay, Jeff, we'll get back with you in a moment. Okay, we'll go up to Larry now. K8PU, go ahead, Larry, with your comments. This is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor with John W3X at the mic.
Repeater.
John, everybody on the net, nothing new and exciting with me, but didn't want to miss the opportunity to say hi to everybody. And I got a little project going on here on the table, so we'll get back to that, and I'll get you over on 10 meters, 9:30. So everybody have a good one, and see you then. Back to you, John. W8VPV, K8PU.
Okay, Larry, very good. I'll listen for you on 10 meters. Okay, let's see. Next was, we had KE8ULA in and out, and Tony KF8ABD in and out. So that takes us to Terrence, NM8A. Go ahead, Terrence, with your comments. This is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor with John W3X at the mic.
John and all, hey, good evening, everybody. Had a great time at the meeting last week, and just been working around the house a little bit. Trying to work on, I've got an end-fed half-wave up, 10 through 80 meters, and been playing with the counterpoise a little bit. Just trying to get a little bit better signal out, and messing around with FT8, cranking the power down, and having pretty good results. So feeling pretty confident. Other than that, just had the day off work and ready to go back for a 4-day week. With that, John, back to net. Thank you. NM8A.
Yeah, okay, very good. Well, sounds like you're making some progress there on your end-fed half-wave, 10 through 80 meters. So good luck with that, and keep up the good work. Okay, let's see. So next is Jeff, KF8DTA. Go ahead, Jeff, with your comments.
This is KF8DTA. Thank you for being there and running the net. Had a great weekend this weekend with the Seraph group up at the COD, operating in the radio room. That was a lot of fun. That's my highlights for the weekend. KF8DTA, back to control.
Yeah, very good. On the N8XPK 6-meter multi-state net yesterday evening, starting at 7 p.m., some of the check-ins mentioned that they had participated in that and had a great time there. And one of them, let's see, so the counterpoise is the COD there, and that works very well for that one antenna that they have there. So sounds like everybody that went there had a really good time. So thanks for checking in, 73, and have a good evening. Okay, let's see, that takes us to the bottom of the list. So this is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor asking for check-ins.
This is Kilo Echo 8 Zulu Lima Sierra. Tim, I'll be in and out.
Kilo Echo 8 Zulu Lima Sierra, we got you in and out. Thanks for checking in, 73, and have a good evening. Another check-in, please.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Yankee Mike, Kevin in Monroe Falls.
KF8EMA, go ahead with your comments.
Hey everybody, it's Kevin in Monroe Falls. Just been working on a few things around the house. I'm in the middle of designing and printing with my 3D printer some kind of antenna rotator to use for the space station and all the SSTV that they're sending down, or that they were sending down, I guess, just ended. But other than that, just keeping busy and enjoying the great weather. So thanks for running the net tonight, and good to see everybody.
Let's see. Last week, you were the one asking about not getting a response about after paying your signing up for the club. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. We're all squared away now. Thank you for taking care of that.
Yeah. Let's see. Your last name. Are you related to anybody with the same last name, but the first name Mike, and he'd be like in his 70s?
Nope, not that I'm aware of.
Okay, yeah. He lives in Parma, and he worked where I worked. Well, the whole time I was with that company, he was there too. So, okay, very good. Thanks for checking in, 73, and have a good evening. And I'm glad we got that squared away on that club membership. Okay, this is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, asking for check-ins. Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, asking for check-ins. Okay, not hearing any at this time. I'll repeat the announcements, and then I'll give one last call for check-ins. Okay, so the next regular meeting of the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club will be November 12th, Wednesday, November 12th. After that is our Christmas dinner, and that will be on Wednesday, December 3rd. That was the only day available when the reservation was made. So that's the evening of Wednesday, December 3rd. So watch for a link in your email to sign up for your attendance at that, so we can tell how many are going to attend. Let's see here. So on October 22nd, we may be meeting at the gathering at the clubhouse. Maybe we'll have our new windows installed, and there's going to be an activity starting around 5 p.m. about testing a TS440 that is going to be for sale by the club. And also there's a new computer now to go along with the radio that we have there at the clubhouse. And so if we're done with the testing the TS440, we will be starting operating that to learn how to operate that system. That's all pending on if we can get in there okay, if the windows are in okay and so forth. The installers have requested that we don't open or try to open the windows for at least 3 days after they put them in, so that the caulking can form up and get all set. And the newsletter editor has requested to get your articles in, and so they go to newsletter editor, which is one word, newsletter editor at cfarc.org. Let's see, then on Thanksgiving Day, don't forget about the Geneseret Home Run for the Homeless. Make your plans to be able to be a operator for that. We will be running a net, and then you go to an assigned spot on the race course and operate your radio and giving if there's any kind of assistance needed. You would contact Net Control. Again, that's on Thanksgiving Day, and that's in the morning, and it's done well before noon. And then afterwards, sometimes a lot of the participants and the amateur radio operators gather at Krispy Kreme. Not everybody, but some of them join over at Krispy Kreme there. So what you can do is get your turkey popped into the oven there, and then head over to it's in Akron there. It goes through the one cemetery there. It starts on Exchange Street and then goes east on Exchange Street, and then turns to the north, and then it eventually gets into the cemetery there and comes back out of the cemetery and continues on the course and ends up coming back on Exchange Street westbound to the finish line. So there'll be a net control operator and then various volunteers on the course. Okay, so let's see here. So with that, that's all that I have in the way of announcements. Oh, wait, the technician license class is continuing. It started October 5th. Then the next lesson was this past Sunday, October 12th. So you might be able to catch up if you know anybody, or if you yourself, if you don't have a license yet, but you're listening here, go to www.cfarc.org, click on the word education, and that will open up a page that has links to sign up for that class, and so you can see what all you would need in order to continue with it and maybe catch up. So take a look at that if you want to get your license, and then in the future you would take a license exam at one of the local places. We usually have ours at the Cuyahoga Falls Library. Okay, that's all that I have in the way of announcements. So this is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor. Last call for check-ins.
Check John, W8EZT.
W8EZT, go ahead.
I've heard nothing about the Genericet race this year. Have you been notified?
No, but I don't know. We usually get something close to it, close to the time for it.
Okay, I thought maybe I'd missed something. All right, back to net, W8EZT.
No, I was just announcing to be aware that we might need people. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, it seems to work out well, and so I guess that maybe they'll have it again this year. They've had it for as long as I've been living here in Ohio. So We'll see how that goes. Okay, thanks, Frank. Okay, this is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor. Last call for check-ins. Okay, not hearing any. In preparing to close this net, I would like to thank all of you who took the time to join us and check in tonight. Without your participation, there would be no net. This has been John, and my call is W8VPV, and it's been my pleasure to host this evening's net. At this time, I will close the net with 16 check-ins, counting myself, and return the repeater to normal, customary amateur radio use. This is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, closing the net at 9:11 p.m. 7-3, and the 10-meter net starts at 9:30. W8VPV clear.
Station calling W8ECT here. Just can't quite copy you. You're right at the noise level. You're opening up and getting into the repeater, but all we're hearing is noise. If you can switch to higher power, find a higher elevation and or a better antenna, by all means try again. I'll be monitoring this frequency for a few minutes, but just can't copy you right now. W8ECT.
I'll be listening also. This is W8VPV.
Thanks, John. We'll catch you on 10 at 9:30.